How's that going?
We're chilling.
Do they like you yet?
I don't think so.
They definitely don't like me yet. Hello, chickens. It's your big day. Oh,
Oh, God.
Parkour. He's doing big things. Well, today is the day that the chickens get to test out the backyard. And then I get to laugh while Augie chases them later. Because I don't know if they'll go back in their house quite yet. So we went to Home Depot earlier this morning. We picked up, well, one, we've got some firewood. And we also got some bricks to do kind of what we already did for the dog. Which I'll show you guys here. It is just the stacks of these little bricks. Which is kind of, I don't know, it's an okay idea, I guess. But the lawn guys, they'll hit them and they fall over and it kind of just pushed them out of the way. So we figured, okay, well, let's get more bricks. Because one, I didn't really want to put chicken wire like up against a white fence. Like you would see it. It wouldn't look very good. So we're like, okay, let's stick with our brick idea and maybe just reposition them certain ways. We got some thicker ones and then we got some thin ones to kind of fill in the little gaps. But it's really not that bad. Like all over here, I'm not too worried about. It's mainly that spot there. Right here, I'm not too worried either. Maybe that corner and then mostly over by where the gate is in that corner. Other than that, everything else is pretty good. So it's really just a few little spots. So we're gonna get the bricks all laid out and then I guess just open the chicken door and see if they want to come out because they won't come over to me. I can't really grab them. They're too fast, they're too small. They just run around inside there. So I figured let them come out on their own. If they do, great. If not, well, oh well. Alrighty everybody, well as you can see we got some bricks laid out over here. Let me go over and show you guys the rest of everything. Right here you can see a little bit through. I've kind of stomped the dirt. It's real loose from when they put this fence up because this house was built not too long ago, so the fence got put up not too long ago as well. I think less than a year. So let me walk over here. Alright, so as you guys can see we did this as well. Mainly this is more or less to keep everything out, not necessarily keep the chickens in because I know they need a bigger hole to get through since they're juveniles still. I'm not too sure how big they can fit through, to be quite honest. I just looked it up. I saw like a 5x7 hole. A 10x10 is a typical door for them. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty big. I don't think they can really squeeze under stuff, but once they're out here, they're moving around. We had this patch of woods right here. I don't know if there's raccoons living in there, possums, anything, but if they haven't tried to come over here and mess with them yet, then I don't think they will. The only thing we have to worry about is up above. Some nice hawks. I think we have eagles here, and they don't really come down this south, but they're around sometimes, and I don't really want to mess with that. You know, the ospreys, the hawks, everything that flies over here all the time. I don't think they would come in and mess with them, to be quite honest, because there is other people in the area. The lady actually who we bought these chickens from, she had hers out and about in a regular field like as well. No lid, no nothing, so I think it'll be fine. I'm not too sure if we should scare them out or if we should let them come out on their own. Did he peck you?
No.
Oh, Augie had his hand in there. Oh, were they eating it?
No.
Oh, they didn't care?
I was trying to get their attention. No, they didn't really care.
Brett. Well, I don't know what we should do here. Should we scare them out or do we just let them do their thing? I don't think they're gonna know. They haven't came down all day because the wind. Leave both doors open here. Oh, that one probably won't stay. The wind's kind of coming from this direction, so it may shut it. But either way, they have it open down here. Where are they at? Oh, hey guys. They're making all sorts of noises. So, all right. Well, I'm just gonna leave them for a little bit, and we'll come out here. We'll see if they come out. If they don't, then whatever. I'll just grab them and throw them out. But I want them to know this is their house. This is where food is. Speaking of that, I gotta refill their food and their water, and just they know they live and sleep here. I know that for sure. They've been in here. Was it about a week now? Right?
2.
No, it hasn't been 2 weeks.
You sure? It's close.
Heck, maybe it might be. No, because I posted the video like a week after we got them because I wanted to make sure they live. So yeah, maybe it has been about 2 weeks. So they've been in here 2 weeks. They should know that this is where they sleep. This is where they live now. I don't know. I'm just going to wait a little bit with the door open, see if they come out. If they do, then I'll show you guys. If not, I don't know. This may be a few day process. Well, as you guys saw, they were out for a second and then something spooked them and The brown one jumped over here, flew, and the white one was like right out here, and he just booked it right back in. I don't know what they were freaking about, but they had their little adventure. They came out here. I sprinkled a little bit of food out and then put their food out here to kind of entice them to come out. And they knew to go right back in and go up in their hut, and I think they understand it. I'm gonna have to just test this over the next few days and just come out here, open it for a few hours, and then go back and kind of see if they'll shoo back in, and then close them up so they know to go and basically just go in and out on their own whenever it's open. And then when they see me, maybe just go back in. That would be ideal if we can train them to do that. I don't know, but either way, I got a dinner to go to, so I'm gonna head out of here. So I gotta lock them up because it'll get dark while I'm gone, and I don't want it to be open. So I don't know. We're just gonna test it out. I'm not sure where the rest of this video is gonna go. So yeah. And voila, this here is my contraption here. So this is going to be the RO, basically holder, saltwater mix station, whatever you want to call it. We were gonna do 2 valves, but it was hard enough getting one on there. I'm not doing another one. So now we just have to make sure none of these things leak, and hopefully we have no issues. And once there's no issues, I'll kind of explain to you guys how it all works. We have the hose right here, Augie. I'm just gonna put the hose in there. I'm gonna start it, and we'll see what happens here. Just gonna. All right. Oh, hang on, we got a kink. She pumping? Oh, she's pumping. Should be fully underwater. Feel anything?
Feels good. I would just let it sit.
I'm not seeing anything. Well, I'm gonna cut the hose off here, I guess. You can go ahead and pull it out, Augie. Alrighty, everybody. So this is kind of how it's gonna sit for now. I'd like to mount this above it at some point, but this thing full of water with all the cartridges in it and everything like that is just, it's too heavy, too awkward to do today. So I'll do that some other time. But the point of this is you guys couldn't see me at all. Sorry about that. So this is kind of how it's gonna be temporarily. I'll show you guys kind of how it works. And if you have any ideas, tips, anything like that for me, please add that down below. Also, if you guys know any hoses that don't kink, please let me know about that too, because I hate kinky hoses, you know? So what this does is this actually filters out all of the different just chlorines and stuff that's not good for fish that we do in our regular drinking hose water, stuff like that. A lot of people have these actually in their houses that are connected to their sinks. But in my case, mine's connected for my fish tank. So how this thing works is it will take in water from this white hose, which actually is drilled through the wall back there, as you guys can see. And that actually runs out to the tap. So I'll go out there, I'll turn it on, then I'll come back in here and I'll turn on this valve as well and show you guys kind of how it works and kind of give you guys the little rundown of it, where I got the barrels, everything like that. On top of, well, actually, I'll just tell you guys that now. These barrels came from some food industry warehouse thing. I don't know what they are. I think they ship out like oils, vinegars, stuff like that. These 2 barrels were actually used for red wine vinegar, which wasn't ideal. They also told me they were cleaned and they were not. So I've spent like multiple cycles of clean, different cleansers, degreasers, bleaches, everything like that have been ran through these things. Hopefully they don't have any issues. I'm going to fill one up about halfway, take some water out of it and test it. That way I make sure it's fish safe before I fill up both of these, because I may have to fill, drain just a few more times until it fully kind of clears that vinegary out of there. It has a little bit of a smell, but it tastes fine to me because I've already tried some of it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I drank some barrel water But hopefully it works out, and you know, maybe if this works out and works great for me, great idea for you guys as well. Way cheaper than having to buy one of the big, huge monster tanks or anything like that. So this could be cost efficient. I got each barrel for 20 bucks, so it was 40 bucks for all the barrels, and then like $18 in bricks. That was it. And then I guess the RODI machine is expensive, but other than that, everything's pretty good. So let's go ahead and turn this water on. Alrighty, let's turn the valve. Oh, there we go. We're filling up. Heard a little bit of a drip. Hold on, I'm hearing it, boys. Hang on. Look at that. So for those of you guys who know fish tanks and know RO water, you know it's one drip at a time. It is got to be the slowest form of water filtration I have ever seen. It was horrible. This thing, this whole machine here is it's 4 stages, and it only gives me 200 gallons a day. The average shower is like 35 gallons or something. So you can only take a handful of showers on something like this. It's not really that much water. And especially with me having a 150 gallon tank, really is not that much water. So I'm gonna let these guys fill up. Eventually I'm going to attach a float valve to it up here. So once this barrel's full, it'll just automatically shut itself off. So I can leave the water running and not worry about it. Like I can go to sleep and deal with it in the morning kind of thing. I don't wanna have to have that mental clock being like, oh, my water. That way I'm not overflowing the garage. The other idea was eventually maybe connecting these barrels together here somehow by like a uni seal of some sort, but I don't think that's worth it, especially after having to drill this and seal that. That was kind of a pain. So we're just gonna have to fill one up at a time, and then we cut these out. That way I could fit these transfer pumps into them. So just leave the pump in there. I'll run a hose out if I ever need to go inside, fill up the tanks or anything like that. Hopefully this all works out good. On top of that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Any names for the chickens, please give me those. And yeah, okay, bye.